Well, hello, Virgo. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. If you are new, hello, I am Yasmin. If you have not already, please like and subscribe. Virgo, I'm going to go ahead and get started with your general reading. I'm trying to figure out what cards I want to use for you. So, you know what? I'm going to use a different deck. Just give me a second. Let me grab it. So this is usually a money deck, Virgo, but I believe that this is also speaking about life as well. So I'm going to use that. We're going to use another set as well, but let's get into it. Let's see what falls out. So this is for Virgo. Okay. So Virgo, oh, you had two that came out. You have lack of specificity, mental health, resentment, and envy. And at the bottom of the deck, you have blocked solar chakra. All right, I wasn't intending to get this many, right? Because you already know I can talk for days and I can go on and on and on about what this could mean. Wow, mental health came out. Even if you look at this picture, you notice something with the person. This is like your mind is like gone with the wind, right? That's just, you know, that's an old term, right? I grew up with people from the South, so, but it's like your mind is gone with the wind, basically. Yeah, I think we've talked about focus so many times in the reading, but this is not really about focus, not today, not today. This really is about mental health. And this card says there's an ongoing level of sadness that is making it difficult to get ahead. Now, what does that mean? A lack of motivation. The inability to get things done because you don't feel inspired to get things done and completed, okay? So there's something that's happening, and the very fact that it says ongoing, which means this has been something that's been happening for a while. Like, I mean, usually in med, you know, dealing with medical stuff, we will always give people certain assessment tests, and you know, we will ask certain questions. And if they had a high score dealing with depression, it was a depression test, they will have it for years, which means it was always something that they were feeling inside themselves. So I feel like you guys have been, if some of you are experiencing this, you've been experiencing this for a while. So you have to care for your mind. Now, what does it mean? It says mental health is a journey that is different for everyone, and there's no one size fit all approach. But it says, be kind to yourself, keep your goals in sight, and seek help if you need it. Like, is there someone that you can talk to? Like, if you really, really need to, you know, get something off your chest, or if you need help because it's becoming overwhelming, this card is saying do so. Okay. Now, the next card here is lack of specificity. I think this kind of goes hand in hand. You know, if your mind is scattered, if you can't focus, if, you know, because you're sad, there's no motivation, it's hard for you to really make clear decisions. It says, have a set vague goals that are hard to visualize and hard to attain. So it's like it says, it's vague. It's like you kind of know what you want to do, but then at the same time, you don't know what you want to do. Your goals is something that you want to achieve, how you want your life to be, how you want your life to look. And that could be with anything. This could be with work and career. It could be with relationships. But there's this, you don't know exactly how you can obtain it. Okay? So with this one, it says gain absolute clarity. Give your mind time to process everything that crosses your field of vision, so you can set a clear intention for your manifestations to work. Become a conscious creator of your life. Now, you see these two cards? Lack of specificity talks about the mind. Mental health is the mind. So for you, you are dealing mostly with your mental, like it says, your mind. whether it's in relationships, with feeling a lack of appreciation, feeling unloved, or with your job. Oh my God, I can't stand being here. I can't be creative because I hate the people that I work around, you know. There's a lot that's really happening here mentally, and a lot that you're keeping in, okay? Now the next card here says resentment and envy. This is crazy. Those are two different things. Resentment is one, envy is another. You may resent someone or you may have resentment because of what you've experienced. There could be people who envy you, or you could be envious of someone. Now let's see what this is all about. It says resentment and envy drain your energy and make you feel like a victim. Oof. Let's read it again. Resentment and envy drain your energy and make you feel like a victim. It says, bless what you desire. Turn jealousy into inspiration. Value and embrace your unique path to create your own version of success and cultivate your own joy. Who is this? Now, see, I'm going to have to, Virgos, if y'all at this place where you've been envious of someone, then you really are not a bad bitch. You can't say that you are something and then at the same time you kind of have this in your chest. This ain't got nothing to do with you. Everyone who is experienced something on this planet, that is already written before they come out of their mom's womb, and ain't nothing you can do about it. Okay? So you might as well let that go. If it's something that you are wanting because you feel, I want this, and I'm telling you, this happens so much with Virgos and relationships. I've noticed that when Virgos are wanting somebody in a connection that they feel like they can't have, or if they feel like they can only get a part of, oh my God, Virgos get so angry. And so looking at this card, I feel like this is mostly truly dealing with relationships. And we're gonna get into that when we get into the tarot. You may envy someone's connection. You may want someone so badly, or you want a certain kind of lifestyle so badly. Or maybe you resent someone because they are not allowing you to experience things that you want to experience. Come on now. This is just what it is. Okay? At the bottom it says block solar chakra. You know, I'm not good with oracles, so you guys got to deal with me for a second. I'm not good with this stuff. It says you may experience low self-esteem, overly rigid or controlling behavior. You may experience low self-esteem, overly rigid or controlling behavior. Again, this could be either way. Okay? Maybe you suffer from low self-esteem. Now you're in a controlling position. Or because you have been around people who have been controlling over you, it has affected your confidence. It says get outside. This is a way to help you unblock your solar chakra, okay? Get outside to use the energy of the sun and recharge your yellow chakra, or do a fire meditation with crystals to help boost your confidence, optimism, and well-being. There's something blocked here. Now, we're going to go ahead and get into the reading. Thank God, because this is so much easier for me when I can use my own intuition. It's so hard for me when I'm reading off the cards. It's like, okay, it's only going to be family, romance, work, right? And you know how this affects you in each of those areas, right? If you're experiencing that. The resentment and envy, that's pretty deep. That's pretty deep. Now, what I'm going to do is use a tarot. I usually don't do this, but I'm going to use a tarot card to tell me what's happening in each area of these cards. So let's get the mental health. What's happening? You got the Empress, mental health. Some of you have been, I would say, this could be a mother or a child's mother, because you got the Five of Swords at the bottom of the deck. It could be a wife or a spouse, husband. Okay. This is saying, to me, there's some decisions you're going to have to make about family. It could be taking care of your mom. Let's say, you got an older parent, maybe you have to take care of them, and this is really draining you, right? You're like, oh my God, like, I want to live my life, okay, but I can't because you have a responsibility to someone who brought you into the world, right? A lot of you feel like maybe you can't do what you want to do because of the responsibilities that you are experiencing with a parent. Now, this is also a spouse. So there could be something going on in your marriage where your spouse isn't making you happy, or you feel like there's somebody controlling you. Maybe there's resentment in the marriage. It could be something like that. There's conflict here with the Five of Swords. So I feel like with that card, it's mostly a nurturing energy. Are you being nurtured? Were you nurtured as a child? There's a child in that picture. Some of you have experienced terrible childhood. You were not nurtured the way you were supposed to be nurtured, and here you are, experiencing mental health issues, experiencing a lot of depression. And this Empress energy is like, let me hold you, let me console you. Like, do you feel safe? A lot of you really don't. You don't feel safe, and it's just kind of a mark on you. There's some certain things about your personality, about the way you think, that you feel like you cannot undo. Okay, and I feel like it may have stemmed from childhood for a lot of you. Now, let's go ahead. Let's keep going. Let's get to the lack of specificity card. This is interesting because the Six of Wands tried to come out. Lack of specificity with the Knight of Swords. This is what's so interesting. The Knight of Swords usually is a think before you. I mean, it's a you don't think before you act. You know that, right? It's the opposite of thinking before you act. The Knight of Swords make decisions without thinking. Okay? I feel like you may have ideas, because even on the card, you'll notice that the person is sitting at the desk, they're writing, and they're like, no, this is not good enough. Ball up the paper, throw it to the side. No, this is not good enough. And I don't know. I just feel like there's something that you're desiring, something that you want. Maybe you don't trust your decisions. Maybe you don't trust where you're going. You are afraid. There's something here about you being afraid of making mistakes, afraid of letting people down. It really is like you got a lot on your shoulder. So even when you pay attention to the person in the picture, it's like they want to do good. It's like they want to be able to achieve some things, but they have no idea how to achieve it. And so this is where I feel like with this Knight, you're going to go after something, but there is this element of I could fail. There's this element of I could fail if I go after this, because there's a mistrusting with yourself. There's something here about you not trusting in certain element of your decisions. Let's see. Let's go ahead. Let's get to the resentment and envy. This is for Virgo. Look at this, Three of Wands. Why would that come out? Oh, third party. That's right. Yep, I got that at the last minute. Third party. This is what I was saying before. You see how she's sitting at home and she's waiting for someone to text, message, or something like that, because it's the mailman. Mailman brings messages and mail. And she's kind of sitting there watching the three candles, three flames. A lot of you have been in that position where you have been envious of someone because you're not where you want to be. You're not with the person that you really want to be with. And you've been waiting. It seems like you've been really waiting for this person to come towards you. You've been praying about it. You've been trying to manifest it. But there have been some blockages, right? Like if the person is, in a long term, or maybe they live in a different country or state. There's something about you feeling you want access to someone that you don't have. It's also making me feel like too, though, because it's an expansion energy here with the Taurus card, the Empress. It's like you see other people looking like they have all of these grand things happening, and you're like, why isn't this not happening with me? Why isn't it not happening with me? You know, and it's like you're waiting for your time. But instead of you being active, you're creating a lot of resentment within your heart and a lot of envy. And one of those cards said, you have to be clear about what you want. This is really not about anybody else. You waste your time worried about other people and you're going to fall even deeper into the hole. Okay. But I feel like this is third party. If you know, it does include the other things that I talked about, but this is totally third party energy. Because this is all I talk to when I talk to you guys on the phone, especially Virgos. Virgos always find themselves in a third party. Always. Majority of Virgos do. So one thing that I will say is that, you know, and let's say you're not in a third party, the Three of Wands, you know, let's say you could be in a long term. If you notice how the man is looking at her, he looks like, oh, I can't stand you. And she's so oblivious to the fact that he does not like her. It's like she's so oblivious to the apathy, right? Like, I don't really want to be here. Okay. So I feel like you're going to be making a decision. Some of you guys in the future, maybe not right now, is going to be needing to make a decision about a long-term relationship. And it's going to be based on how you feel. If there's resentment that's been building up, if it's anger, hatred, you don't know which way to go, basically, or what a difficult decision that you need to make dealing with a relationship. That is what I'm saying. But you will make a judgment call. That is a fact. So this is what I have for you here, Virgo. Thank you guys so much for coming back to my channel. And again, if you guys are new, please like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.